circumstances, there's one number one. When you can't change your circumstances, there's one thing you can change: your energy.
Is it recording? Okay. Oh, right. Oh, it's recording. We're working here, as you can see, or I am at least. Scraping this thing down, not getting much done, it's way too hot out.
Everyday friend group. One thing that I realized
working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. I think one of the mistakes that people make is they think purpose comes from their job. I've been a whatever for so many years, and when then I lose my job or I retire, I now don't have a sense of purpose because I so closely associated my self-worth with the job that I did. I knew what my job was. I had a sense of purpose. And one wonders if those things are conflated, right? Which is I had a sense of purpose for my job, and then when I didn't have the job, all of a sudden I woke up in the morning, didn't know what to do, which is the purpose is not your MOS. Your purpose is not you're a saw gunner. Your purpose is not the job that you wake up to do every day. Your purpose is something bigger.
I have 5 little rules that you can follow as you find your spark and bring your spark to life. The first is to go after the things that you want. Let me tell you a story. So a friend of mine and I, we went for a run in Central Park. The Roadrunners organization, on the weekends, they host races. And it's very common at the end of the race, they'll have a sponsor who will give away something, apples or bagels or something. And on this particular day, when we got to the end of the run, there were some free bagels. And they had picnic tables set up. And on one side was a group of volunteers. On the table were boxes of bagels. And on the other side was a long line of runners waiting to get their free bagel. So I said to my friend, let's get a bagel. And he looked at me and said, the line's too long. And I said, free bagel. And he said, I don't want to wait in line. And I was like, free bagel. And he says, nah, it's too long. And that's when I realized that there's 2 ways to see the world. Some people see the thing that they want, and some people see the thing that prevents them from getting the thing that they want.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another beautiful, blessed, and grateful day. Had to start the day off. I was looking for that video. I had to fumble a little bit to find it. Simon Sinek. Some people are looking for the things that they don't want, while others are looking for those that they do want, right? Such a little shift, but can create such a massive impact. So I'm going to be touching deep on that topic today, on how a little shift can make such a big change inside of our lives, right? How to go ahead and get our energy back. So blessed and grateful for another day. What is everybody grateful for? Go ahead and drop your gratitude down below. Grateful to be alive, grateful for God, grateful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. Grateful for each of you for becoming the best version of yourselves, ready to go ahead and dive into a phenomenal topic into today. So Thursday, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, today we are going to be talking about energy. We're going to be talking about little shifts that can create a massive change, right? So here we go. Let's dive in. All right. So when we're talking about energy, okay, when we're talking about actually getting out of the norm of what we're normally used to doing, I want to go ahead and start off by asking you a question. Okay, how do you transport ideas and thoughts? Okay. How do you transport ideas and thoughts? This is so important, okay? Because when you understand this, a lot of things are going to change. So we're on, what are we on? Day 83 of the Consistency Challenge. So go ahead and drop your number down below, and I'm going to show you how much this truly aligns when you really start to put all these pieces together, okay? So it's funny how this correlates, okay? So transporting ideas into thoughts. When you pay attention, if any of us were to go ahead and get up, let's go, 73. If any of us have ever got up in the morning and we've ever seen a piece of social media that's made you feel some type of way, guess what just happens? We've literally transported ideas and thoughts, but you see the end return most of the time is negative, okay? Because we haven't learned how to correctly do this the right way. So check this out. And this is not even from us. A lot of this is programming to what we're normally used to hearing and seeing. I'll give you an example. How many have ever heard this, right? Somebody says, this will be good for you, right? You should go ahead and try this. This will be good for you. They think something is bad because they're thinking binary, right? Because so many individuals are so used to thinking binary that when you open up, things start to make a lot of sense. Because the main part of what they're getting you to do is they're bringing pain inside of your body. This would be good for you. So what does that mean? That must mean what I'm doing is probably bad. What I'm doing is not sufficient enough. So believe it or not, the way that we take in information, the way that we actually speak out information is crucial. 1111 paint your vision, because you're going to see there's a difference between the body vocabulary and what's called the brain vocabulary. Okay, this is why so many, like Nena was talking about it today. Why is it that we can hear a message from somebody and for some reason it doesn't seem to go ahead and transport that message? In fact, getting that message, you might feel pain somewhere inside of your body because of the way that we're so used to transporting messages. Okay, here's another difference. So you can really start to break down words, because I believe when you break down words, you start to give them a different level of meaning. You ready? So watch this. Happy and gratitude. Who knows the difference between being happy and having gratitude? Let's think about this, right? This is big, because now you're learning how to interpret different meanings when you get messages. Okay, so check this out. Happy. Let's say you're going through the grocery store, right? This is the visual we got this morning from Sean. Let's say you're going through the grocery store and somebody's cart happens to go ahead and run into you as you're turning the corner. You guys ever done that? You're turning the corner and you guys slam into each other. So the cart, being able to be happy that it didn't scratch, right? Maybe your cart, that it didn't go ahead and give you some type of injury. It didn't give you any bruise on your arm or your leg. That's being happy, okay? Gratitude is being able to have the energy, is being able to have a whole different level of meaning to it. Okay. Here's why. The cart hits you, you're happy in the story that it didn't hit you, but you don't have gratitude for it. So let me go ahead and give you another level of meaning. We can be happy for our children, or we can have the gratitude that you understand that your children are here to make a bigger difference inside of the world. You see, there's two different levels of meaning. So when we're talking about the brain vocabulary, when we're talking about the body vocabulary, everything that we hear, everything that we listen to depends on how we go ahead and transport that message. Okay. So why do you think so many people, we create a vision board? Who knows why we do that? Why we want to go ahead and see, feel, and touch where we want to travel, the cars that we want to drive, the impact that we'd like to experience. Who knows why we do that? You see, there's a reason for that. The reason why we do that is because when you look, our brain thinks in pictures. If I say, think about your mother right now, boom, you immediately get a picture of your mother. If I say, think about your pet right now, you immediately can get a visual of your pet. You see, so our brain thinks in pictures. Okay. So now watch this. When we're looking at something that gives us that gives us love, that gives us energy right now, like think about if you were to look at a picture that makes you proud. How many of you can think about a moment in your life that you are extremely proud of and it gives you joy, right? For me, in an old one that I used to have that in my grandparents' house, I don't see it anymore, was a graduation picture. Just knowing that I actually got through college, that I made it, that was a picture that I could look at and I could immediately get that love, that gratitude, because I knew everything that it took to go ahead and get past that point, okay? So the way that we can start utilizing this, we can either use this for us or we can use this against us. Okay. So right now, if I want to go ahead and give your body, the right form of nutrients that it needs, the right gratitude, the right joy, the right love, start thinking about how you can incorporate this into all aspects of your life, right? Your transformation pictures side by side, that immediately gives you a level of gratitude, of joy, of achievement for how far that you've already come, right? This makes you feel good. If you were to put your hands together right here, you can probably feel the heat. You can probably feel the warmth between your hands because you've given your body a different level of meaning. You've given it what it's asking for. You see, our body is looking to be happy. It's looking to be joyful. We weren't built to live in pain. None of us were built to suffer. None of us were built to go ahead and stay in agony and misery. We are the highest form of creation, and we're built to move like so. So watch this. Being pissed off, believe it or not, It's in the brain, right? Think about this. How many of people have you ever heard get headaches, or they get pains in their jaw, they get pains in their legs, they get pains in their joints? Now watch this. This is interesting. This is really interesting because I've seen it play out. Honestly, for the past year, I've watched Sean do this. I've seen so many individuals. They wake up every day. They wake up with a headache. They wake up with pain. They wake up with maybe something bothering them in their chest. You know what a lot of that comes from? It comes from neuroencoding. Neuroencoding. You see, when we think about something in a picture, whatever we think about, we bring about. Whatever we think about, we bring about. So if we're thinking about something negative, if we're thinking about not being able to build the business, if we're thinking about all the trades that are going wrong, if we're thinking about, maybe I should just stay in my shell for a little bit longer, guess what's going to happen inside of our life? We're going to bring about more dullness, more negativity, and more negative things that we don't want inside of our life. Because neuroencoding affects every aspect of how we live. Why is it that two people can see the same thing, but can envision it, embody it, and feel two completely different scenarios? Because of neuroencoding. You see, I can look at a sunset and I can be in complete bliss. I can be in complete joy and gratitude, but then there can be somebody else looking at the exact same thing that's stuck in misery, shame, agony, jealousy, ego, and they can't even see the sunset. They can't even soak it in. So this is so important to understand, because now when you can internalize this, everything starts to change. The way that we see things starts to change when we change the way we see it. I went from looking at a chart that was naked, that I was so frustrated and aggravated, said, I don't care to go ahead and learn this, to say, you know what? I'm excited to go ahead and learn what these lines are. I'm excited to go ahead and learn the details. I'm excited to go ahead and master this craft. When I walked out in person, going outside anywhere, the old me used to be so upset. I don't care to talk to anybody. I have my own problems to worry about. But just as Neno broke down this morning, when you can be selfish, you're then able to go ahead and be selfless, right? Because you can go ahead and pour out. We talked about the overflow this past week, and that's what happens when you pour inside of your cup. You can overflow. You can give so much energy. You can give so much value, and it doesn't matter what pulls from you during the day. You've already taken time to fill up your cup. Okay, so here's what I want you to really get out of this training, okay? When it comes to energy, what do you think is more powerful? Emotions or thoughts? Let me ask you this question. Drop it down below. This is interesting. What do you think is more powerful? Emotions or thoughts? It's kind of like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? But when you understand this, you're going to be able to have a whole new level of awareness. Drop it down below. Who has an idea? You ready? This is my main key for the training today. This is my main bullet point, right? If you can really catch this, put a star on what I'm about to give to you, okay? Because this gave me a huge aha moment this morning. Nikki, Lady Boss Nikki said the thoughts. IG, what do you guys think? Okay, the thoughts. All right, bet. So check this out. Emotion is much more powerful than the thoughts. It's not even close. Emotion is much more powerful than the thoughts. Here's why. Many haven't activated the feeling that they want of the exact manifestation that they desire to have. I'm gonna say that again. Many haven't activated the feeling that they want of the exact manifestation that they're looking to experience. So if I were to give you an example, okay, I want you to think about something that you've accomplished in your life, right? You know, it could be your transformation, it could be graduating college, whatever that is. Take that emotion, take that feeling, okay? Now I want you to go ahead and visualize your goals. Visualize something that you'd like to accomplish for this month. Now what if you're able to take that emotion, embody that, and now go take the action to go ahead and do your goals, because you know what you can achieve, you know what you've already done. You see, the emotion is what truly drives us, okay? Why is it that so many wake up in the morning in a negative state? It's because of the emotions. It's because the thoughts that we're thinking drive neuroencoding that makes us get a headache, that makes us feel uncomfortable. So when we notice these things, watch what changes. I'll give you another example, okay? Old traumas. We have trauma from bad relationships. We have trauma from things that have happened in the business. We have trauma that's happened in life. And here's what starts to happen. That energy is not allowing us to build inside of the quantum field that we see our dreams coming into fruition. This is so big. We can have the strategy all day long. We can have the system, we can have the blueprint, but if the energy is not there, we're not going to be able to even build in this quantum field. This is crucial. This is so big when it comes to bringing dreams into reality. Okay, let's go ahead and break down the two again so you can really catch gratitude and grateful, so you can understand the difference. Okay, being grateful is the fact that, you know, if I have an apple right now, being grateful is the fact that I have an apple. Having gratitude is being thankful for a whole different level. Being thankful for the farmers that actually did all the work, that picked the apple, that sent it, that shipped it out, so we can even have access to it. So if you were to think about it in a different way, this is huge when Sean hit it like this morning. You ready? Being grateful is one instrument. Gratitude, having gratitude, is the orchestra. Being grateful is an instrument. Having gratitude is an orchestra. You see, we can be grateful for what it is that we're doing, but we can have gratitude because we understand that what we're doing is giving a service. You might not think that doing your journaling, doing your morning rituals is doing anything, right? You can be grateful for that, but guess what? You can also have gratitude for the same thing because you understand that you, just by documenting this journey, you're able to give service. You're able to give a light. You're able to pave a way for other people to follow your footsteps. So this is big if you can really catch this. Because when we're talking about neuroencoding, when we're talking about transporting energy, here's the last thing I wanted to give you guys to think about. When a thought triggers in the body and it doesn't feel right, ask yourself, where is this coming from? So if you were to think about your day yesterday, about the way that you were feeling, what if we were to go ahead and backtrack it? So let's start with the way that we felt. How did you feel yesterday?